Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Sci-Fi Sister Podcast. I'm Sabrina Wood, and I'm joined here today by my sister, Yvette Blackman-Tom.
Hello.
And we're missing a couple of sisters, but don't worry, they will all be here at the next podcast. But today, we have a very, very special show. We got to meet, by the courtesy of Paramount, Michelle Paradise herself, executive producer of Discovery, right before the finale. So let me just warn everyone, if you still haven't seen the finale of Star Trek Discovery, pause right now, go watch the finale, come on back and listen to this show, okay? So,
Exactly.
Yvette, how much fun was Michelle Paradise?
Oh, she was a dream. She was a dream. This was the second time we met her. So this was great. You're gonna love it. It's a short but sweet interview, but we hopefully, there'll be more.
Yes, yes, she's got some good things to say. So listen in. Here we
Yep.
go.
Hi, Michelle. It's so good to see you again.
Hello.
So good to see you again. Of course, we're the Sci-Fi Sisters. And our first question, because we have short time, what was it about TNG's episode "The Chase" that made you want to create an entire season around it?
Oh, wow. I think it's one of those episodes that had really stuck with all of us, because it's exploring this massive idea, the creation of life as we know it, where we all come from, but it's one episode, and then we named it the being, the progenitor. That was what we did. They didn't actually name the being in the episode, and then they meet this being that created all of life as we know it, and then Picard just goes back to his ship, and then maybe go and we're on to another adventure.
Another mission.
And it was one that just felt like, wow, what an incredible idea. And like thematically, there's so much to explore there that it felt like, well, in a season where we are exploring purpose and meaning, where we come from is such a huge question. And for Burnham, looking at where am I going? What is my meaning? What is my purpose? To kind of circle back to here's where we come from, felt like it just felt organic and a really wonderful way to kind of explore some of those questions.
Cool. Because I totally I remembered it, but it was like, ooh, wow,
Yeah.
They weren't ready. That was a deep cut right there.
That's one of my favorites, though. That's one of my favorite episodes, but no one ever talks about it.
Yeah.
Right. And Jonathan Frakes directed it.
Yes, he sure. Well, what didn't he direct?
I know. Which I didn't remember at the time. I actually forgot until we were well into the 5th season. And then we arranged for him to direct episode 9, and then realized, oh my gosh, he directed the episode that we're kind of using.
Beautiful bookend. Yes,
definitely.
And Picard called himself an anthropologist. That was his thing on the side, and it was just forgotten, like you said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why?
Yep. My next question is, what can you tell us about the plans for Owo and Detmer this season? Were there storylines casualties of the cancellation? Because as Sci-Fi says, those are our two of our favorite characters.
Yeah, we love them. No, there were some scheduling challenges with the two of them, and they were both working on some other projects. And so for us in the beginning of the season, it was a question of, okay, how do we, knowing that we are limited with these two actors that we love, how can we best use them when we do have them? And then how can we kind of keep them alive when we don't? And so we were looking at, how do we write them away from the bridge because we don't have the actors, but still find a way to do justice to the characters and not just like, because we love them. We didn't want it to just be like, and we've got new bridge crew people.
Yeah, right.
So that's where the story, by the way, in episode 5, where we hear some Burnham and Raynor talking about how they're going to bring the Enterprise back to FHQ, that was a way of in the absence of having the actors, honoring the characters and giving them something that felt worthy of their characters and something hugely important to do. And then fortunately, we were able to get them both back, Oyen and Emily, for the Coda piece.
Okay.
Which
yes.
We were so happy that they were available for that because we really missed them a lot. But we love them too.
Love them. Oh, love them. Sabrina?
The new crew stepped up, though. They stepped up.
They did.
They did. Yeah. It's not an easy thing to step up into either.
No, not at all.
Well, my question is Enterprise fans just almost choked and died. And I want to tell you, you are my new best friend for bringing the Enterprise back in this. But I want to know, why was it Daniels and not Gary Seven or Luther Sloan? Because I thought it was going to be Sloan. I was like, oh,
I thought it was going to be Gary Seven.
And it's Daniels. I was like, yes.
It was well, it was interesting because we didn't know that going in when Kovich came onto the show. He came on, and the way David plays him is just so fascinating. He's just he's a fascinating actor, and there's so much in just what he does with his body and his face that's so mysterious. I just there's no other word for it other than mysterious. And so we kept out, like, the minute he comes on screen, we all find ourselves leaning in and waiting to see what he's going to do next.
What's he going to do, right?
And so we would have conversations knowing that we needed to address the mystery. What is the best way to do it? And a couple of our writers who are huge Enterprise fans suggested Daniels. And as we talked about it and then dug more into Daniels, it just felt like, oh yeah, that's it. Like, that seems like the right thing. And I don't remember, honestly, if we came up with that in season 4 or very early in season 5. It might have been season 4. But if you go back and now watch season 5, we laid in a couple little Easter egg things. In one of the episodes, he's writing with a pen and paper, which is very strange for someone in the future to be doing that.
Right.
Got all the holopads. And so, but yeah, that's where it came from. And it just felt right.
Yeah. Yes. It was right.
The time was right.
It was right.
It would have been harder to explain Gary Seven or Sloan being 900 years in the future, but you could have done something. You could have done something.
But it was right. It was definitely right. That was a good one. Fran?
I love the nod of that was to astronaut Dr. Mae Jemison. I love that one of the crew was named Jameson. I'm like, oh, Mae Jemison, Dr. Jameson, thank you so much. And also, I'm so thrilled that you connected Kraft.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, because he had never been, that was the only short that had not been connected to any of them. I'm like, how are they going to do this now? Are they, or how are they going to? I thought it was ingenious.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, Mae Jemison, when we knew that we were going to have some new bridge crew characters come on, we're always very thoughtful about the names and how can you not name someone after Mae Jemison. And then, when we found out that this was going to be our last season and that we were going to be able to do a Coda piece, there were 3 very important things that we wanted to accomplish with the Coda. The first was to find out what happened with Burnham and Book, of course, but really Burnham, she's the heart of our show.
Right.
So we wanted to go and see where she landed and know that, happiness ensues. The other thing we knew we wanted, Alex had a vision for that scene on the bridge where we kind of go into the dream a little bit and we go back and we see all of our heroes as they are now. We wanted to see everybody one last time. So that was hugely important. And then the thing we knew we needed to do was to tie Calypso up. And, the ship Discovery and Zora, they're also a huge character.
Yes.
I'm telling you,
Yes.
that's my ship. You all know.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I was crying.
so it's not just answering the question of what happens to Burnham and knowing that she's in a good place. It's what happens to the ship.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Zora.
And sending her off.
Zora.
to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we
Yeah,
know that
yeah.
she's going to do that.
Yep. Awesome. We have one more question. No, I can't find it.
What is your, I have.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
What is your next Star Trek project? Because we want to talk to you more and more.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. I don't have one at the moment.
Let's get her one.
Okay. We're on it. We're on it, Michelle.
Awesome.
We need Michelle.
I've just been very, the show has been done, but this particular time has just been really focused on things like this and talking to folks and really wanting to get the word out about the show and just really being excited about people getting to see it. And it's also, of course, bittersweet because I just loved working on this show and I love Star Trek. And as far as what's next, I don't know. I'm actually in the process of figuring that out right now. So
awesome. Well, many congratulations on this. And
thank you.
Like we said, we hope to see you very soon. We would love to have you on the show also because we adore you. We think you've done a great job. And I know
you are of the body, totally of the body.
Of the body. But yeah, we would love to talk to you again. You've done Star Trek justice and we appreciate you.
Thank you so much. And I would love to. Just let me know when.
We will. We definitely will.
Great.
Thank you.
You heard what she said.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
So what did I tell you? Was that cool or what?
She was really, really happy to see us, which always makes my heart jump because I'm like, we don't know these people from Adam and, they're really... when they hear that we're going to come and interview them, they generally get happy.
I know. It's not like they're like, oh, okay, here's the next one. And they're there all day. This was like a tour of I don't know what. Yeah. Because this poor woman must have been on that thing all
day long, right? Probably answering the same questions all day long.
Yes, and she was so excited when she saw us, and I mean that just really me too. I'm like I was like a little kid, like oh my god, like she really likes us, like
Sally Field. She likes us. She really likes us. It was right. It was awesome.
The day didn't even end with that. We also got to talk to the amazing Doug Jones, and I am a total Saru fan. I am a total, everything he's ever done fan. Mm-hmm. So get ready to listen to one of our happiest moments talking to the incredible Doug Jones.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. There you go.
How are you ladies doing today?
We are great.
We're good.
It's so good to see you again, Doug.
You too, love. Hi.
So we're gonna have a lot of fun, although we're very sad to see our favorite Saru. What do we call it? Saruisms. All our Saruness. All our Saruness.
There was a lot of Saruness going on in this episode.
It sure was. So my question is, what do you hope Trek fans will be talking about Discovery when we are celebrating the 25-year anniversary while we're on the cruise? Because we will be on the cruise.
Okay. No, I would like to know that the fans have loved our show and have and respect it as the new wave of Star Trek that came back, because Star Trek television took a hiatus for a while after Enterprise, right?
Yeah.
So our show was the one that brought it into the here and now with the streaming services, right? We're in the bingeable age now. Back then, TV was one episode every week, right? And a lot of the episodes had start, middle, and end. And ours is an overall arcing storyline that you want to binge. So we were the fresh out of the gates with that, and we were the series that helped spawn more Star Trek in the here and now. with Strange New Worlds, after season 2 with Captain Pike being such a successful character on our show, and the Spock storyline and Rebecca Romaine as number 1. It was lovely to see them spin off and start a show that the fans are crazy about. Mm-hmm. Love that. Love that we could be there to help that happen.
Yes. You were the flagship.
That's right. That's right. The flagship of New Trek. But I want to stick with the Saru-ness because listen, this was something else. And now I love all of your works. I have seen it all, and I'm still ready to fight to the death anybody about Shape of Water. That is like one of the greatest movies ever.
Bless you. Thank you.
Oh my God. So, but after 5 years of playing Saru and all that Saru-ness that has happened in the 5 years, has this affected your acting or changed your personality? Have you added any Saru-ness to Dougness?
Oh, that's a great, thank you for that. Yes. I'm going to say yes, because Saru is such a refined gentleman, and that is how I want to be in my real life. And but also Saru started in season 1 with an undercurrent of fear, constant fear, that he had to overcome, and he had to push through to find his sense of duty and his task for the day, right? Well, in season 2, when I went through Viharai and his threat ganglia got infected and kind of like, blah, and finally fell out, they were replaced with quills that could shoot poison darts. Okay, that is
action, Saru.
Come on now, that's a metamorphosis that I would love all of us to go through, where we can find our strength and our courage and our confidence. Right? I love that whole arc for Saru, but he's remained a gentleman, even though he's superhuman now, but he's remained a gentleman through it all. That's a Saru-ness that I never want to lose.
I love that. I love that. Sabrina, it's you again.
Yes. So to follow up with that, when you're looking at these parts, is there something in a part where you're going to take on like full body change, where you're going to say yes to a character or no to a character? For example, would you have said yes to Predator?
Oh, back in the day, sure. Now that I'm 64,
not so much.
Because I know what it takes. Now that I've played, my 38-year career has been a lot of it's under rubber bits, right?
Yeah.
So everything from face, head, and hands, like Saru is, all the way to full body makeups and costumes with weight and heat and stickiness and all the things you go through. So I am a bit more selective now with what I get glued onto me, just because I want to explore more human roles in my golden years here.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
We're looking for Dougness. We're looking for Dougness.
Some more Dougness. Well, why not that?
Yeah. That's it. Fran?
Gentlemen, I want to go back to that. Saru has been a gentleman throughout, even from the first episode when he was doing his sugar and his tea, and it was so gentlemanly like. And also, Saru and Tiana, you've been such a gentleman with that courtship. I'm of the age. I am older than you, and I remember. Oh, yes, of course. And I remember the courting part. Our parents used to say, so and so is courting, or so and so is, And you and Tiana had this courtship that was slow and steady, and culminated into a beautiful wedding. I just want to, it was so nice, because on TV now and in track, people just go bam, But
it's true.
You know what I mean?
I do.
And y'all didn't like bam, you took it slow and easy. However, we saw the chemistry. I saw the chemistry when you all first met, when you were giving her.
Thank you.
I saw the chemistry then.
Yeah.
She did say that. We were like, what?
Yeah.
You did call it, friend.
I did. Look at those two. So thank you for the gentlemanly and her for the ladyship.
Yes.
Courtship.
Yes.
It was gorgeous, steady, and it paid off. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Fran, thank you for noticing all those things, because that is exactly what Tara Rosling, who plays Tarina, she and I both were like, are we headed to a romance when we first met in season 3? And so sure enough, in season 4, they bring her back. And yes, that's exactly what they were sparking and grow. But I love the slow build of it. I love the courtship aspect of it. I love that it all built up to a handhold at the end of season 4. And the fans went nuts over that holding of hands, right? That's way better than jumping into bed, isn't it?
It really
Listen,
is.
I lost it when she put that finger to your chin. I was like,
forget about it, right?
heart flutter.
I love that too, and I also love that he's the gentlemanly part of him. He really respects all that she is. He respects her as a woman, but as a leader, as a president, as a diplomat. And they understand each other's sense of duty. He really respects her sense of duty. And that's why here in season 5, when it was suggested that announcing an engagement right now might not be good for her political career, Saru was ready to back off and be like, yeah, do whatever you got to do. It's not about me. This is about you.
Right.
And and I also love that she was the one who proposed. Like she
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and she did it in such a Vulcan way.
Right.
Like,
Listen,
are you
really.
saying what I think you're saying? Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
so cute. That's so cute. Well, I think we're at the end, but one more thing I wanted to ask. I know you probably can't answer this, but what's next for Ambassador Saru? Do we know?
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't know. Once this series ends, I don't know if he shows up anywhere else or not. But the only show that I could possibly do in the right timeline would be the new Starfleet Academy that's underway soon. Will they write a guest appearance? Or I would be game for it if they did. Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
Because we want to see some more Saru-ness.
Right.
Oh, bless you for that.
Look into my eyes.
Yes. Yes. Oh. Yeah, it was great to channel. It was great to channel action through into that little sitting still moment.
Yeah.
Just
Just the eyes.
Yeah.
Actions the room.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you all. So it's so good to see you all again.
Yes,
You
it's
too.
been great. Bye.
Bye.
Man, is that a way to end a 2-person interview?
Yeah. Doug is so great. Yeah.
This is like nobody like him.
No.
Just nobody like him in the world.
No,
And that's
nothing.
another person, the master hugger.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. We love him. I guess we got to know him basically on the cruise. And then we started interviewing him, because I think this is the second time we've interviewed him.
Right.
But we have definitely been on the cruise with him, and just, he's been, he's just been there. We spent the time with him when we all found out Discovery was ending. Like, we were all together. And then the very next day we went to go see his, he had an actual show the very next day, and that place was packed. And, so I just feel like this closeness to him, because we've gone through like so many things. And then unfortunately this year we also were together when we found out about Kenneth, and
Yes.
Doug came down to the promenade where we all were. So, he's just that guy, he's just that guy. So
He's kind of who you need around when you have those kind of moments. That's the one you need.
Yeah. He was there, and he was great. And I just love him. I'm so sad that we probably won't be getting these opportunities like this with him again. So I just, I'm kind of sad about that. You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
I don't know what kind of movie.
We don't know what's
whatever's
happening
gonna
with
do
the
next.
Academy, right? The Academy
We're gonna
show.
find him.
So,
We're gonna find him.
will. That's true. So,
Well,
yep, that was great. Nice and short, but it was as always. Thank you, Paramount, for always thinking about us and letting us have these opportunities. Yeah.
with these incredible interviews, you don't know how much they actually mean to us. I said it earlier on another broadcast that I've loved Star Trek for all the years it's been on, and this has been so special, making this whole Star Trek Discovery journey with everyone in live time and meeting everyone while the show was on. I mean, I've never had this kind of experience before. And Paramount, you just made it all the more so wonderful by letting us talk to all of our absolute favorite people. I mean, we will not forget it. So thank you, everyone there.
Yep, exactly. All right, so I guess that's it for us, right?
Yep.
All right. You can find us at sci-fi sistas.com. That's SYFYSISTAS.com. Join us on the mothership. That's MUTHASHIP. And the Sci-Fi Sistas Book Club, both on Facebook. On Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, sci-fi.sisters. We are also on that platform formerly known as Twitter at Sci-Fi Sisters. For more interviews and our infamous Top 10 series, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Sci-Fi Sisters Inc. Become a patron of Sci-Fi Sisters today at patreon.com/Sci-Fi Sisters. The Trek Geeks Network's presenting sponsor is Fansets. Go to fansets.com for pins and memorabilia from all your favorite franchises. Visit fansets.com and use Trek Geeks, all caps, for your exclusive 10% discount. After listening to this podcast, please rate us and write a review. We may just read it on an upcoming episode.
And last but not least, I'd like to give a shout out to our associate producers. Thank you so much for all your support. And they are Stephanie Baker, Sailor Marge, and Karen Demira. Thank you so much. And last, a shout out to the baddest engineer, Dose, the Anonymous One. He's responsible for all our music and production. So if you needed services, contact him on Instagram at dose_the_anonymous_1. So that's dose_the_anonymous_1. Peace, love, and hair grease, as Tamia would say.
On this episode, we'd like to give a shout out to Ann Bradley, Bernadette Garcia Galvez, Bill Erickson, David A. Gregory, Domestic, Jeffrey Cochran, J.R. Poole, Kathy D., Kendra Stranad, Kilt Check, L.J., Muhammad Noor, Oldecline, Olga K.R., Peter Hessler, Rhonda G., Scott Jensen, Sue K., Tara Jefferson, Zakia Graham, Anna Post, Bruce McMillan, Cassandra Gerard, Dafid Boston, L.M., Eve England, Howard Hogan, Jamal Taylor, Kalia Zawicki, Linda Andergreg, Liza Albright, Rita Poussaint Neversol, Starbase Centaur 4210 Productions, Stephanie Dole, Susan V. Gruner, Timothy Baum, TJ Jackson Bay, Karen Dramera, Sailor Marge, Stephanie Baker. Thank you so much for all your support.